I'd love to hear from your perspective, what are some of the biggest challenges that enterprises wrestle with to become data-driven, to really, move their business based on the information they're getting and the feedback loops?
One of the bigger challenges that I've faced, and I've done a tremendous amount of consulting for basically the Fortune 100. I recommend if you really want to be successful in analytics, that analytics needs to be aligned to the business side of the company, not to the IT side. A lot of times people would make the investments and put it more aligned with IT, thinking you're moving a lot of data, et cetera. That works to a certain degree, but a lot of times what you run into is you run into commitment issues. And I find that for more reasons than one, that you're always going to be best served by having analytics branch up into the business. You're going to be able to really solve around the business problems, which when you start getting the traction around there, you start getting additional investment. And I have always claimed for anybody that I interview, for people that I talk to at the university level, you really want to be integrated with an analytics company that is business focused.
Yeah, that's interesting. I mean, taking that same concept from a little bit different position, we're starting to see a lot more C-suites sort of making AI or ML mandates across their organizations, certain goalposts they're putting in front of the business. How do you think that's going to impact business processes over the next 5 years?
I think what it's going to do is start creating more of a decoupling back into the areas of specialization that we've seen before. I'm sure you're seeing this as well. Where people are trying to automate right now seems to be around customer experiences, trying to really get into by automating the trying to figure out what the needs and goals are of the customers and to be able to really speak about that, to speak to them in that fashion. And we're doing a lot of this across GoDaddy. We're trying to use analytics to help us understand where we can automate different functions. I think you'll continue to see this, but what's going to happen is you'll see the decoupling, and I think you'll also see that as part of that decoupling, I think some of the areas that we've gotten ourselves maybe in a little bit too deep is trying to get too many functions out of data scientists. We were talking about data movements earlier. I really believe that we need to be thinking about the investments that we make and getting people aligned to the things that they do well. We're trying to get too much out of data scientists right now. I think we're trying to get them to wear every hat, from a data engineer to a program manager to a documentation specialist, you name it. And we're just trying to get too much out of that specific function. And so, I've gone back to this concept of decoupling. I think you're going to start seeing this as a response really from the different mandates that are coming from executive levels trying to automate analytics.